this off and make it habitable. Also rather visually pleasing.
I'm working hard, Captain!
Engines purring. Let's do this. Apogee complete. We're in orbit. Let's see what there is to see.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Aha! The eye is always open to Constellation.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one. This one has been in my list of possible artifact sites for a while, but the profile didn't quite match. Now that we've gotten more artifacts, the similarities are as clear as day. Alright, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open. No, just need to follow your scanner to the real destination. Might be a boot's journey, but that's the explorer's lot sometimes. You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing is a whirlwind, but getting to the source, need to wear your patience thick.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Clamps released. We're free.
Need some work done?
What can I help you with?
Excuse
Something you need?
What?
I'm right behind you.
Miss Morgan, I shall be here if you need me.
It's actually comforting to know that, Androsia. Thank you. Yeah, what is it? Feel free to drop some stuff in. Talk to you later.
What did you need?
Ahoy, Captain!
Hell of a city, isn't it? Nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
Hello.
Hi there.
Word of advice? Steer clear of the well.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went. Lucky for you, that is literally my job. What can I get you? Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
You picked a good day to drop by. Bartender's making them strong today. You in town for business? You're with Constellation? Damn, that's cool. I've always admired you guys. Exploring the stars full-time seems like a dream come true. It seems like we have that in common. Personally, I'm here looking for work. I just quit my job as a weapon tester for Mast. I'm billing myself as a weapons expert, sniper tech specifically. Most travelers like having someone on their crew who's good with firearms. The settled systems are no picnic. Oh yeah, plenty of us. There's a whole branch of Mast's scientific wing called DRIP. That's dedicated to developing new weapons for the UC military. No, I'm not. I'm actually hoping for a crew gig. Lots of pilots stop by the viewport on their way into town. I figure if I hung around long enough, I'd run into someone who was hiring. Well, I'll be damned. What a coincidence. Working on a ship sounds perfect. I was hoping my next job would get me out of the city. What's your offer? I'm a reasonable guy, but that's just too low. Sounds like a fair salary for your new weapons expert. I'll take it. I'll head straight to my post and get to work. Got a new assignment for me? Need me to put something in my pack?
what you need me to.
Farewell.
Hello there, dear friend. Me? Why, to be frank, I don't do much. Not anymore, at least. And that suits me just fine. Yes. I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, every artifact tells a story. Even spoons and forks, which most take for granted. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend. Spoons change the course of history. Can you imagine life without them? Ah, the usual things, I suppose. Fame, fortune, power. I'm only joking, of course. I've actually been fortunate to call New Atlantis home for many years. For a collector, like myself, I do believe there's no better place in all the settled systems. I've been charmed to make the acquaintance of many fellow old Earth enthusiasts here in New Atlantis. And that is why I continue to stay.
I am busy right now. If you need something, why don't you talk to Emoli? She'll take care of you.
Hope you're finding everything you need. Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now. Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
It seems like a small decision, but they all add up over time, and It's paralyzing.
I keep
if you really
telling
stop and think
them
about
I
it.
am a manager. I
Buddy,
should
it's
be
coffee. Pick
managing.
one, get out of the way,
Well,
and let us get on with our lives.
You can manage to make a
Yeah,
premium cappuccino,
yeah, sorry.
double cherry, and no whip.
I don't appreciate your tone. And no, I will not make whatever it is you just said. Because this place is a disorganized mess. What you asked me to do is literally impossible.
Oh, I understand impossible. Fine. You want to organize? There's a mop in the back. See if you can't organize a little floor cleaning operation.
Outrageous!
If you'd like a cup of coffee, please speak to one of our cashiers.
Do I look like a barista to you? Not now. Can't you see how busy I am?
Hello, and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you? Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite. Certainly. Please take your time.
You, when you have a moment.
Hope New Atlantis has been treating you well.
All this stuff is legit. Promise. Look around. You tell me. You see it's a big organization. Lot of planets, lot of people, whole lot to keep track of. Sometimes they don't do such a good job of that. Sometimes stuff falls through the cracks, winds up collecting dust in some warehouse. But that's all right, because I, and by extension you, get to benefit. I make great deals on stuff in bulk, you get some low prices. Everyone wins. A lot of people will tell you it's the worst, one step above being homeless. They'll whine about how folks topside have it so much better. Me, I like it. It's more real down here. Topside, everyone's trying to show how civilized and rich they are. Oh, it's exhausting. But hey, to each their own. Take your time. I got all day. You need something else? I'll be.
Embassy building is such an eyesore.
Huh. Your file here just says scoundrel, followed by a lot of expletives. Look, whatever trouble you're bound to cause, do it somewhere else.
What I wouldn't give to be stationed in the Embassy District. Something I can help you with?
Oh, I do not get paid enough to deal with stuff like that.
I don't know why UC Security bothers with an office down here when they're clearly not interested in helping these people at all.
no...
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you. Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Vectera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel? No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts? If we're going to unlock the secrets of these artifacts, we're going to need more than simple empirical data. We'll need to dig deeper. It would be helpful if you'd just tell me how holding the artifact made you feel. Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails. Honestly, I wasn't sure how you'd react. Some people would consider what you went through a deeply personal experience. Good. We need all the help we can get. The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. Well, judging from the fact that both you and Barrett claim to have heard music, I've made the leap that the artifact was reaching out. Music composition might not consist of words and sentences, but I'll be damned if that isn't an attempt at language. Oh, that's an excellent question. You'd think after years of gathering data about the artifacts, I'd have the perfect answer to that, but I haven't the faintest idea. Oh, no, not at all. There's so much going on there, I can't afford to divert all of our resources, but I have classified the artifacts as a priority project. Not much, I'm afraid. All I have to show for my efforts are eyewitness accounts, scores of inconclusive metallurgical test results, and wild theories. No, that's not it at all. Solving a mystery like this, it's an explorer's dream. Believe me, they're all as driven as I am to find an answer. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
clinic and they said I was fine.
Your file here just says scoundrel, followed by a lot of expletives. Look, whatever trouble you're bound to cause, do it somewhere else.
I didn't sign on for these kind of illegal shenanigans.
I can't take it! I'm out of here!
You look like you need something, yeah? Hey, you looking at getting into bounty hunting for the Trackers Alliance? Get yourself set up with a job from one of the mission boards in town. Not everyone's cut out for this line of work, but you'll be fine and get paid as long as you follow our motto, show no mercy, leave no quarter. I can, and I will. But know this, bounty hunting can be difficult work, so make sure you're prepared before you set out. If you think you have what it takes, then you can find Trackers Alliance jobs listed on mission boards, with payment delivered upon completion. I'll point you in the right direction, but after that, you're on your own. Follow the motto, and you'll be fine. Show no mercy, leave no quarter.
Interstellar shipping rates aren't that bad. The insurance.
Certainly. You'll find mission boards in every major city and some of the smaller settlements as well. You can use them to find many types of jobs, including Trackers Alliance bounty missions. More often than not, they'll be near spaceports. Check the bars where travellers and freelancers like yourself might frequent. A word of advice. Mission boards are guaranteed payment upon completion of the job. You can rely on them, unlike some of the barflies who might offer sketchy jobs. We are, quite simply, an alliance of bounty hunters. Some of us share resources, some of us go it alone. But the organisation makes it easier for us to do our jobs and legitimises our work, so that rather than being paid vigilantes, we are part of the system. Various people approach the Alliance looking for those living on the lam. We use our unique skills to find and deal with them. I've got one I don't mind sharing with you. There was one time I had to track down one of our own. Someone I once called friend. She'd gone rogue. We have lists of our members and their contact information kept secret for obvious reasons. This one, she had hacked into our systems and began to distribute lists to the highest bidders. You can imagine many people would kill to have this information. So I had to track her and stop her before she could make the first delivery. Let me tell you, it's not easy to hunt someone who knows all your tactics and techniques. But I found her, and when I did, I silenced her for good. Go and leave no quarter.
Hi, how you doing?
We're taking a long trip on one of those Trident cruises soon. I'm excited.
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna be stuck in this place for long. All I need is a grease, and I'll turn it into a brick. You'll see.
You can imagine.
Wow.
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being.
Thing about the trade business? Who you know matters as much as anything. Be my guest.
They think it is, and that makes them dangerous.
Well, that depends. If you have a ship and are willing to haul cargo, then we've got some work. Otherwise, you're going to have to be more specific. We frequently post cargo running jobs up on the mission boards around town. Check them out. I've heard our jobs pay well, and on the off chance that's not what you're looking for, well, I can't really help you then. Many different parties use the mission board to post jobs for freelancers and the like. For example, the Trade Authority uses them to post cargo hauling jobs. You'll usually find mission boards in bars, typically ones nearest a spaceport. You might be able to find them elsewhere, but that's your best bet. If there's something you need, no matter what it is, either I have it or I can get it. I thought the name made it rather obvious. We are the authority on trade in the settled systems. Whether it's bulk cargo, specialty items, or individual requests, we make sure things get where they need to go. We have shipping lanes across the settled systems and deal with nearly every major corporation and faction there is. We've been in New Atlantis for a very long time, before most things topside were built. With lots of infrastructure already in place, ample storage, and discreet access to the spaceport, it makes sense to stay. It's had the unintentional, but not unwelcome, side effect of weeding out people who can be timid about doing business. If you need anything else, you know where to find us.
You see security! Oh, get up now! Suspect has been neutralized. I know your type. The freewheel and space ace. Must be nice.
They have these jetpacks for a reason, you know.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks. Welcome to the House of Enlightenment. We don't exactly pass around an offering plate, if that's what you're asking. But we do run mostly on donations. And as you might have guessed from the surroundings, we try and stretch those donations as far as we can. Perfect. It just so happens there's a task I need help with right now. Well said. Even when that person is a fellow member. Suffice to say, I'm glad you're here. As for the job, I need you to pick up a man named Tahir over at the medbay. He's recovering from some injuries and needs assistance getting back to his apartment. I'd like you to pick him up, grab a bite to eat, and take him home. I'm afraid not. Even after you're healed, it takes time to recover from something like this. Most people have family and friends to lean on, but Tahir has no one. On top of that, he's a young and prideful man, so he won't accept help from UC security. That's a touchy subject. Tahir's had several run-ins with UC security, including tagging, theft, and brawls. He also blames the UC for the conditions in the well, not to mention his own personal difficulties. And since he won't accept help from the authorities, the house is stepping in to provide some aid. In one of the poorer districts, near where the children play soccer. Take him that far and he should be fine. Tahir is prideful, and I don't want him to feel like you held his hand. You just nudged him in the right direction. Great, you'll find him over at the medbay. He's probably hungry, so after you pick him up, escort him over to Kay's. She should have a meal ready for him to take home. And thanks.
Don't mind. I help out Henry from time to time. Not very often these days, but that's fine. Oh, Henrik is an old friend of mine. I help out around here from time to time. But I don't just loiter around. I'm involved in my own business endeavor as well. Maybe a little, but that's not such a bad thing, is it? Better than all the noise and attention topside, if you ask me. Unfortunately, I'm quite old-fashioned. I only deal with associates that I know and trust. But if you do a small favor for me, I might feel comfortable opening my business up to you. All you need to do is pick up a package from Red Mile and deliver it to me. You don't even need to interact with anyone. I'm not at liberty to discuss that yet, but I assure you, it's quite lucrative. The contents are of no interest to you, and they're not contraband if that's what you're wondering. If you're uncomfortable doing this favor, you're free to decline. Fantastic. I eagerly await your return. Stay out of trouble.
Oh, I do not get paid enough to deal with stuff like that.
Well, they say never hire a man when a machine can do it for free. But down here, people can't afford the machine. I do odd jobs at evening hours. Lift crates, stock shelves, sweep floors. It's not much, but it's enough. What you see is what you get. Work's rough, pays rougher. But I like to think when things get bad, that's when people's kindness shines brightest. Even down here, where the sun don't shine. No, I came here like a lot of folks, looking for work. It's an ongoing search. Ones who've been here for a while, they can't even sleep unless they got a turbine in their ear. Maybe someday I'll be the same. Nope, just, make sure you wipe your feet. You track mud in, then someone's gotta sweep it out. Most days, that's me. Stay safe.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in
Everyone's
whenever
welcome,
you'd
so
like.
long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand?
Do you know why this place has
Don't cause
stood for so
trouble in
long?
here.
I make sure everyone's comfy. I tell it like it is, and I don't take any shit. Stay as long as you like, and don't be a stranger.
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. Started making sure people felt welcome back when I was just a kid. She had one rule: no causing trouble. Everyone abided by it, put their differences aside when they came through the door. After a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits to stay afloat. Didn't mean for this to turn into a business, but here we are. If folks are willing to pay a little to have some place to feel safe and get a decent meal, well then we'll sure take it.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Alright, Vala, you coming or not? This is the last time I'm gonna offer.
I don't need your help. I can walk home on my own.
Suit yourself, but if you get lost or end up in a cell, don't blame me. I tried to help. Another day, another shift.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know where the soccer nets are? My apartment's in the same area. I got a bad case of the brain fog, and I can't seem to remember which way to go. UC security offered, but I refused. Their help is the reason I'm hurt in the first place. I was arrested a while back for tagging. One of the officers roughed me up pretty bad, and I haven't been the same since. Really? Is this some sort of scam? I'll have you know, I got no creds. I've got some chronic health problems. Aches, pains, you name it, I got it. Most days I can deal with it, but sometimes my body doesn't respond at all, and I end up in the med bay. They put me on some pretty hard meds, and it takes a while for the fog to clear. The doc said to give it a few hours, but I'd rather not stick around this dump any longer than I have to. Not yet. I'm actually starving, but I think I have some canned goods at home. Really? Doesn't happen too often around here, but maybe you're new. All right, you win. Seeing as I got no one else, might as well roll the dice with a stranger. So, go on, lead the way.
Cool spacesuit.
Folks gotta look out for one another. That's why I started serving food all those years ago. Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like. Sure I can. Just tell me who it's for, and we can get it sorted. I've got it right here. Is this for you to hear?
Well, I don't have any credits, so...
Then you're good. I already talked to Andy, and this one's on the house.
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome, kid. It's just good to see you alive and well. You know, there was a time when you'd be in here every night.
Things change, Kay.
I know. Believe me, I know. And I get it's hard to come out here, but just... don't be a stranger, okay?
I'm sorry. I'll try not to.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted. Here's the soup. Be careful, it's a little hot.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home. Yeah, you'd have to live around people like me. Not much fun in that. But thanks for the help. I probably would have found it on my own, but it would have been a chore. Oh, right, the soup from Kay's. Man, it's been a long time since I had a warm meal. Kay's food is the best in the well, so it wouldn't surprise me. Before I got hurt, I used to stop by Kay's every night for a soup and a sandwich. It didn't matter how bad my day was or how empty my pockets were. As long as I had my food and my beer, I'd be good. All that weight would just wash away. And to be honest, I haven't felt that feeling in ages. Until now. So, you doing this for me, it means a lot. Thanks. Likewise. I don't have a lot of connections around here. Not anymore, anyway. I appreciate meeting someone I can call a friend. Thanks.
Boo! Did I scare you? Nice to meet you.
There are always about 1,000,000 things to do. And I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming. Hey! Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here, so I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. Coworker of mine on this assignment with me, clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Most folks are fine with ignoring what goes on down here. We're trying to isolate a power drain, which looks like it's the result of a large amount of power being rerouted through various subsystems. But it's kind of a two-person job. Someone needs to find the junction boxes associated with those subsystems and power them down. The other person needs to monitor the system remotely. It's pretty simple, really, and relatively safe. Only a small chance of electrocution. Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need is very technical. I can talk you through it remotely. I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place. I can contact you once you get there. Hey, can you hear me? I think this is working. I only have a general view of things, but you should be near the first junction box. Look for it mounted on the wall. When you find it, open it up and flip the big switch. That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh, wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry. All right, you should be near the next junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so maybe a little harder to see. That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right?
Well, that lock didn't last very long.
Let's do this.
Just getting warmed up.
I wish I could go with you on your ship, but I'm not old enough.
You should be near the next junction box. And if those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine. Another switch flipped, another lead to follow. And the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority. Okay, just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet. Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of failed attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down. Wow, you got it. Really well done. You saved me like a week of work. Why didn't you meet me at the monitoring station, near where we met? Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Right, sure. Of course. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain, but if not, then this is where we part ways. So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly? I don't know.
I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
What?
A visit from Mast. How delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all you little worker drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back. Do you mind? This is my private office. Do you mind? This is my private office.
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what.
Don't worry. Whatever happens, we're prepared to handle the situation.
I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? That's dramatic, but reassuring, I guess.
Well, Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you,
Hello.
I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I'd do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough, and why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box?
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
What's your problem today? And every day for that matter.
Hey there. You should be getting close.
Hello? Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay?
I appreciate that you've listened to reason. The junction box should be just nearby. We'll have this solved in short order. Adequately done. Miss Reyes and I have both noted that the next node in this trace is not on any of the current diagrams.
She means it's not in the well. It's somewhere on the surface, which technically means it's not my responsibility.
However,
we agreed that we all like to see this through. If you head topside, I'll pull up the diagrams we need.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs, but I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
So I dust the last spacer ship, but then I realized my tank's struggling. I'm stuck.
Hey, you should be getting close.
close. Looks like it's somewhere near Athena Tower. Zoe says there's a junction box on the building's exterior. I'm not sure why she knows that.
One never knows when information might be useful.
Okay, well, we're going to discuss that later. I'll check in once you flip the switch. Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
I'm hoping there was a good reason that was locked. You've got something for me? Maybe another time.
Wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
New Atlantis sure is shiny.
today. I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good. I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree? Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you? Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Not too bad. Found a box of pens the other day. You'd be amazed at what people leave lying around. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? Whoa. I have no idea what that means, but that sounds really important. I'll keep my eyes peeled for any artifacts, okay? Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper? I guess I won't ask. But there is a place called The Well that might be more your style. I don't go down there myself. It can be pretty dangerous. Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now. Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Take care.
I was written up at work again.
For you, when you have a moment. Yes. Okay.
My partner is dealing with some health issues.
Yeah?
You know you can't give Zoe anything, don't you? So you tracked it down. You've got something to show for it? Are you kidding me? After everything, you're just going to hand it over to her?
You're going to hand over what you've discovered, yes? Do you have something for me? I'm glad you made the right decision. I'll look this over and make sure that Mast gets just as much as they need, not a bit more. The Trade Authority will not forget what you've done for us.
I can't lie. I'm disappointed you turned that over to Zoe.
My. Someone was attempting to hack Galbank? And at a glance, it appears they may have had some success. This will make for some entertaining late-night reading. Well, Miss Reyes, it's been such a pleasure having you here. I'll be sure and pass along my compliments to your superiors.
I hope whatever that is, it's worthless to you. And you know, I'm still not sure you weren't behind this all along, whatever this is.
I'm sorry to hear you say that. I was trying to be sincere. Well, in any event, thank you for a wonderful diversion from my usual work.
I have 3 projects that are backburnered right now because no one has time to help me. 3! I totally understand that Mast has a tremendous amount to keep track of. I just wish it wasn't always my work that falls through the cracks.
keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge you for a DP. Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War, pirates used them
I've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone away just because they're light on credits. We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do.
There's also my brother, but I wouldn't trust.
Don't have much of a choice. Can't afford to pay staff, and while I've got a few volunteers from the community, I can only ask so much of them. We've scraped by for a good long while now, and we'll continue to do so. Don't you worry. Funny story about that. You know, when people first arrived on Jemison, they dismantled the colony ship and used the parts to establish a place to live. Over time, they built out, and up, and up, and after long enough, they started to forget about the people and the things still down here. The walls and the ceiling have changed, but this place still uses equipment from that old ship. And it's here because not everyone in New Atlantis can afford Reliant Medical.
That Varun Embassy building is such an eyesore. Why don't they just tear it down already?
We're no Reliant Medical down here, but if you've got credits, I might have something for you.
I've been trying to exercise more.
Eat it. Mess with best watch your pockets around me. Just saying. Yeah, well, newsflash, buddy. I don't like anything about you either. In fact, I dislike you with such conviction that I'm inclined to fight you right now. What do you say we go 10 rounds? Right here, right now. Yeah, well, luckily for you, I actually hurt my hand when I was punching some other assholes' lights out. Doc says it'll take a few weeks or months to heal. Yeah, we'll take a rain check. But once my hand heals, you're done for. What do you want to know? You with security? Oh yeah? Maybe I'll hide my boot in your ass if you don't quit asking questions. That is, unless you're with security. In which case, I wasn't threatening you, that was just a joke, and no crime's been committed. I'm actually a very nice person. Are you kidding? Take a look around. You're in the most boring place in the galaxy. Only good thing down here is Kay's house. Best cooking in the settled systems. And let me tell you, I know my food. But I can't even go there anymore because Kay banned me for bad behavior. Me! Can you believe that? What a load of crap! Whatever.
Hope you're not agoraphobic. Oh, hey, what's up? Kind of busy right now?
Howdy.
You buying? You better be buying. I don't do small talk. Down here? Like that's somehow different from other bars? Worse, maybe? That's what you're implying? What are you? A structural engineer? Some mass egghead? I know full well what down here implies. First of all, I didn't ask what you thought of it. Second, don't blow smoke up my ass. We both know it ain't nice. If you're trying to make yourself annoying, you're doing a bang-up job. Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
I'm looking for work. You hiring? Put me behind the trigger of your ship's energy weapon, and your targets are gonna have a very bad day. I'm not asking for much, just a reasonable share. Why is that? Yeah, I hope so.
I try to be.
You know what? I may be starting to like you. Sounds fair. I'm in. What's my assignment?
I'm on my way. Catch up with you later, Captain.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course. I'm listening. Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well, it got me thinking, so I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor. Unfortunately, no. Other than you and Barrett, there were no records of direct encounters with the artifacts. I have to admit, though, I did get more than a bit sidetracked reminiscing about old times. Really? I'm surprised that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back. Aja Mamasa. She was the youngest member of Constellation when it was founded. Only took her 15 years to reach chair. Sorry, I sometimes get so caught up in my own bubble, I forget that I wasn't the first. Oh yes, absolutely. I didn't mean to compare. Those were just... oh, I don't know. Different times. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege. Hey, so I pinched a few ideas from my old boss. Can you blame me? At any rate, we logged quite a few discoveries together, but it was the actual journey that I cherished the most. We catalogued unusual stellar phenomena, a few habitable worlds, and some unique life forms, but nothing SSNN would bother to report. Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone. Yeah, you know, being alone in interstellar space, nothing but light years of black around you. Some people find that terrifying. I find it comfortable. It helps me bond with my shipmates. At this point, I'd say you've graduated from protege and moved up the ladder. A bit. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly. No, she retired. Living on Porima 2 now, I think. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions. Oh, don't worry. There's no bad blood between us. The worst that might happen is you get stuck listening to two old friends catching up on old times. Yeah, you'll do. Look, I don't expect you to be an exact copy of Aja. Your hunger for exploration, to pierce the veil and seek the unknown, it's a common bond that we share. I wouldn't have it any other way. I won't be disappointed at all. And if it turns to be the case, I'm certain things will continue to run smoothly. Anyway, that's all I had to discuss for now. Thanks for spending time listening to me. It really helps.
I got places to be.
I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Coe when I grow up. I wish I lived on a spaceship.
Yes? Defense Research has about a dozen active contracts right now. We'll see which ones pan out.
You are, of course, welcome at any time here at Mast. Same as anyone. The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis, the easier my job is. I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you. No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC Security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them. All you really need to know is that we're here to serve and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything. Well, you're certainly entitled to that opinion, and there are plenty of others who share it. We'll be looking out for you just the same. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. I shouldn't, but I always do. Part of the job, really. We're always trying to fill in the blanks. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks. Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing personal. It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail. Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. You really should know better than to ask for classified intel. What is this, your first day on the job? Don't worry, I'm just giving you a hard time. I still can't tell you what's in the package, though. Good luck with the mission.
Okay, 10% increase in accuracy. Hope it's enough for Commander Mitchell.
Howdy.
Yes, engineering is gonna need to run those numbers again.
Hello.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that. The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity.
Good to see you again. Quite the lab, huh? You see spares no expense.
Okay.
Pardon?
Another day, another credit.
Where did you learn to pick a... You know what, on second thought, I don't want to know.
I've been trying to exercise more and eat healthier, but I feel like it'd help if I had a couple.
How's the investigation going? Nicely done.
It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know. Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people. I've got nothing at the moment, but come back later, and I might have something for you. Let me know if you have any questions.
That sounds great.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend. Pardon me.
How's it going?
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Authority is involved in a wide variety of smuggling and theft. It has been very difficult to prove. The latest investigation hinged upon the depositions of 3 key eyewitnesses. But all 3 have recanted their testimony.
Mark my words. Someday, I'll be running the Office of Interstellar Affairs. If I move back to Neon, I'd miss New Atlantis like crazy. Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid. No, I'm from Neon. I moved here a couple months ago for a job at the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Oh, I love it. I think New Atlantis is the most beautiful place in the settled systems. I can't believe how many trees there are in the city. It's a part of MAST's administrative wing. We handle relations between the UC and the Freestar Collective. One of our main focuses is making sure the armistice stays intact. I don't think anybody wants another war. Thanks. Maybe I'll see you around.
New Atlantis Security has reported yet another Aurora case. The psychotropic produced in the city of Neon and widely available there is illegal contraband in the United Colonies. We're asked to remind listeners that those in possession of Aurora are subject to fines and/or imprisonment, and is a clear threat to public safety.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
I am not staring. I am analyzing. This is important xenobiological work. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
I've passed by this particular tree many times, and honestly, I never gave it a second thought. Does it hold some sort of special significance?
Finally, somebody understands. Unless, wait, you're not mocking me, right? People. Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? A mercenary, huh? Well, I'm sure we can work something out. So, are you on board? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Something you need?
Hey. Oh, hello.
무슨 일이 있어요?
Sorry, can't talk.
Space used to be a lot harder on my body. Now it's mostly time.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride. Got a call? Someone's power kept going out?
Everything good? We're here to help.
So much to see, so much to learn. You look like someone who has...
Working at the Office of Interstellar Affairs is honestly my dream job.
As you can see, traffic is good. The sales keep climbing.
And there are 2 locations in New Atlantis?
Yes, and the sales in the Fest didn't dip at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant. People need coffee.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging. You can tell they put a lot of care into their franchises.
Excuse me, I'm meeting with a client.
There's no Terra Brew back home, but maybe that needs to change.
Thanks for choosing Terra. Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you? Certainly. Please take your time. Hello and welcome to Terra. Certainly.
Chief Diplomat Yassine runs a tight ship at the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
Hi there.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Baron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Please tell me you're not here to see Mr. Baron. David Baron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
David's amazing. And I hear he's single.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it pans out into a full story, you'll be compensated. Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Baron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst. Sounds like you know him personally. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things. Tommy? Tommy did something useful? So you must be the captain of the Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation. I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me? I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked. Really? You sure? The well's a pretty dangerous place. It might be too much for a first-time reporter. Who do I look like, David Barron? Yeah, I'd give you credit for your work. Credits, too. I have a small budget for things like this. Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the medbay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough. I've just got a feeling about you. You have a story to tell. Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
Bad blood between the fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group? Wow, an actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph? Huh. Sounds like a good outfit. The heroic miner is a good angle. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report. If you have a new story for me, I'm very happy to pay your fee. You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true? I hear the robbers are provided free of charge. All part of the service. What happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang? Wait, what? You cleaned them out? Jesus. I'm sorry, but I might have to dig up some witnesses to confirm that. Anyway, these things are often messy. Any customers or Galbank staff get hurt? That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of story. You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye. Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this. My source is back. Here to report anything else? What a sordid mess. We've got some other sources we've been interviewing, but I'd love to get your take on the record. So there was a mercenary company, the First, and they were involved in taking farmlands from Freestar Collective families. Extortion, death threats, murder, all of it. Is that right? I genuinely don't know how people like that can live with themselves. So all of that? Terrible. But Ron Hope, the Ron Hope, was involved with it at the highest level. All of that suffering was a plot to save Hope Tech from going under using the side effects of a fertilizer he developed. Let me be blunt. The other sources say you killed Ron Hope. Is that correct? And all that money didn't help in the end. After all of that, the future of Hope Tech is an open question. Their stock has already taken a beating. Not sure if it's going to go into freefall. Any comment? That's a chilling thought. Thanks. If you listen to the news, you'll definitely hear this. And, maybe try not to ice any more CEOs. Just a thought.